Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today we're going to be playing a brew in Historic. This is Gruul Dragon Tribal. The original list and idea was shot over to me by fellow streamer Paragon MTG, so check him out. But what we're doing here is playing a bunch of early ramp into a lot of top-end powerful dragons. Paragon's list was splashing a bit of blue as well as a light splash of black off of the treasures for Corvold. The mana base was a little bit like picky, or just like a lot of miscellaneous lands. So I wanted to try a more streamlined approach at first. We have ramp early in Jaspera Sentinel and Llanowar Elf. Jaspera plays very nicely with Magda Brazen Outlaw. It becomes tapped, so it creates a treasure as well as makes mana off Sentinel. And then we can also use its hidden text mode, the mode that doesn't really get used that often. We can sack 5 treasures and pull a dragon out of our deck. We have Orb of Dragonkind, which can add an extra mana as well as fix, and then we can sacrifice it to draw for dragons if needed. We also have Dragon's Horde, which can remove a gold counter to either draw a card or add 1 mana. We get gold counters whenever a dragon enters the battlefield. Finally, we also have Prosperous Innkeeper, another way to make treasure, gain us some life. So it's kind of like Treasure Dragons themed deck. Kind of going through the rest of the deck, we have 4 Dragonfires. Its base is 3 damage for 2 mana, but we can deal up to 6 damage thanks to some of our dragons in the deck. We also have Bonecrusher Giant, just a very flexible card. Can be used as removal, can be used as a threat. So really like Bonecrusher Giants in these types of mid-range piles. And then to the dragons, we have 10 dragons in the deck. We have Glorybringer, 5 mana, 4/4 haste that can deal 4 damage to non-dragon if we exert, meaning it gets tapped. It doesn't untap to your next plays. Goldspan Dragon, if you're familiar with Standard, this is all over the place, makes treasures, doubles the mana off it. And then Inferno of the Star Mounts, uncounterable flying haste 6/6 that can pump itself up, and when its power becomes 20 damage, it deals 20 damage to any target. So I don't think we're going to hit this, but it's always something at the back of our mind. Sorry about my dog. She just hears me in here. I'll let her in a sec. Mana base, pretty standard Gruul mana base. 2 Den of the Bugbear, 2 Lair of the Hydras, just as creature lands. Very, very fond of creature lands in these types of decks. Sideboard-wise, we're best of 3 gamers. Fry versus like Teferi decks, blue decks, white decks. Aura is very useful. 3 Scavenging Uses for any graveyard deck. 3 Cinder Vines against any like control or Steam Vents deck, playing a lot of spells. 2 Anger the Gods. Our stuff is generally pretty big. All our dragons, so if we need to be more of the kind of control deck, we can shift to that route. A Braid for artifacts or to deal with creatures. Klothys just as a kind of sticky threat as well as graveyard hate. And then a couple copies of Shifting Ceratops as another uncounterable threat that's also very good in the Phoenix matchup because it can get around all the blue creatures. So that's it. We will hop into a queue, see how it goes. Historic rank. Where there be dragons. There be dragons. So we'll fire this up. Give me 1 sec to let my dog in as we jump into this. Come on. Hey, we got Paragon themselves in chat. Yeah, I usually bring in Ceratops. The fact that it has reach, also pro blue, gets around Sprite Dragon, gets around the elemental, I forget its name, Stormwing Entity. Yep. A lot of ramp. We have option of turn 3 Goldspan if we hit a land. Okay, they're on Cat Oven, which can potentially be a bit of a difficult matchup, especially if they can get Mayhem Devil down. Next turn, I can go Magda as well as Llanowar Elf. Really want to hit a land in our next 2 draws. The fact that our creatures are evasive, that's annoying. We didn't hit a land. I think we go Magda here. It's more mana efficient. So they're just heavy removal this game. Really need a land drop here. Land. So they can sack this. We need to kill this before it gets out of hand. 24 lands. They don't play too much removal main, typically. So I know this will fizzle, but this can scale afterwards, so I like that. I'll take the 2 damage here. Can I have a land deck? Land would be very sweet. Gain back some life. We'll trade the Prosperous Innkeeper here. Do I take the double block? I think we do this. Yeah, Bone Crusher is usually something you cut in this matchup. Okay, so they have Cat, so we're dead here. Okay, let's go to sideboard. Their draw was fantastic. So this is an Abrade matchup. Anger, Ooze, Clothis. Coming out, don't like the Magdas, don't like the Innkeepers. Probably anything with like 1 toughness in this matchup feels really bad. Yeah, like we're not beating that matchup. I think we're just gonna play kind of a more controlling matchup this game. Jaspara without the creatures feels kind of bad. Like we don't have too many creatures. So I think I'm actually going to cut Jaspara and play the Innkeepers instead. It replaces itself. And I guess Bone Crusher is better than nothing. Junk Food's always kind of on the radar, but hasn't been something I've played recently. But that's as good of a opener as we're probably going to see to them. I gotta mulligan this hand. Okay, we'll keep this hand. I think we get rid of Ooze here. Yeah, I think we do Ooze. Because it's probably going to be Dragon Orb. They already have Oven, which kind of sucks. So I can do this, make a treasure, and then play out Dragon Orb. Kind of play out both of these here. If we draw a land, I could Goldspan Dragon next turn. We'll see. If this is like last game where we got stuck on 2 lands, it's not going to be that great. We may want to go to 25 lines. Our curve is fairly high, but we're offsetting it a bit with all the treasure. Again, when they go... Alright, well... We might be able to actually catch them with the cat here if they sack it and bring it back to the battlefield. Yeah, all we need is a flying cat. So they're gaining 2 life a turn, so I'm only really dealing 2 damage a turn. Okay, so that might mean they have Mayhem Devil here. Yeah, I'm hoping. Okay, no devil here is a nice break. Dragon Orb is done its job. So 2, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So they can block the den here. But I think that's fine. We also gain some life here. Yeah, but the orb has to be tapped. You have to tap it, right? Yeah, so it has to be untapped to do it. So they're going to keep blocking the den, which is fine. But we can get some incidental chip damage. Gain some more life here. So as long as we could dodge a Mayhem Devil, I think we're in a relatively healthy spot. But they have enough to take out my Goldspan Dragon. It's actually like really funny how this 1/1 is just gonna keep... Hey Preston, how's it going? Well, I feel they have to use the passage, like their mana base didn't allow. If they had a 4th land, then maybe they hold it, but playing passage on 3 means that they're short lines. Can you guys see like the stream and everything? Sorry, the deck list with Untapped. Like the overlay. Quiet, Abby. No overlay. Let me try. Okay, taps in here. Them taking out our land kind of sucks there. Do we just play this out? I think at this point we just play this out. Opponents played slow to get around the cat, and this lets me push through because they'll block the Bone Crusher, as expected. Ah, crap. That was the one thing we were trying to avoid. They're just gonna massacre my board. These things gain so much life. Okay, if I could get Terror down, it'll be pretty good. One mana short. Them blowing up our den hurts. Sec Jacks, how's it going? We are getting farmed right now by good old Cat Oven. Kind of surprised they didn't go after Goldspan. Land off the top. One time land. Ooh, Scavenging is... So they bring back the cat. I'm doing this to set up a potential terror turn. Also, we have enough mana now to catch the cat in the loop. So they need to sack with Emmerstrom. Otherwise it dies. This might... push, we just started. Yesterday I couldn't win a game for the life of me. So we eat the cat here. Ruse might have done it for us. Eat the devil here. Cool, cool, cool. So that's kind of fine. Interesting they took the orb there. So I'm going to keep this land, keep this, because if we want to eventually play this. Opponent drawing hot is hurting us. Because now I need... We're in a weird spot where we both need land and spells, and with priests... No! They oddly have a dragon, which is just gonna, like, beat us down. This has been a weird match. There's been elements that have been good for us, but I think we want a 25th line. We've also drawn, like, no removal this game. Okay, now we're dead. Doesn't matter what we draw. They're just gonna loop the cat, and they can also... Yeah, well, opponent draw removal, we didn't, and that pretty much sums it up. We're gonna put another line in this deck. Paragon, how many lines were you running in your list? I think I'm gonna cut on an Innkeeper. Just play another Forest. 3/3. $24. Yeah, I figured there's probably enough mana sinks with the creature lines and stuff. Them having 2 Abrades and just Cat Oven against our deck. Our board was good, but it just having 1 toughness tribal. Alright. Go, Llanowar Elves, go. Actually, I think I messed that up. Oh, there goes our Glory Bringer. No more turn 3. No more turn 3. And this is auras. We don't have any removal. So this is going to be a game where now all we draw is lines. This might be a quick sideboard. A lot of cards coming out of opponent's side. No vigilance, please. Nope. Now they have vigilance. So Glory Bringer one time. Actually doesn't even do it because this is 4 toughness. The sprays have a very limited window though. Okay, we're down here. This is how we're gonna go. Never draw 4th land last game and now only lines. So braids, fries, cinder vines are good here. Cinder vines can hit off like all the non-creature. The flyers are good. We want all the removal. Magda seems kind of blah against this deck because they have a lot of vigilance. I think we're gonna cut the Prosperous Innkeepers and the Dragon Horde. And run it like that. Like main deck, we don't have a lot of interaction versus auras, so I'd probably say it's not the best starting point. But we'll try it out. We'll give this one like 2 or 3 goes, see how it plays out. Then we'll try out some other ones. Yeah, but both of those, if we don't have them on 2, we're pretty lackluster. I probably should have mulled better seeing Luris. We should have expected by default it was going to be auras. So it's probably on me just not telegraphing. Like there's a good chance just from what we're seeing we need to be more linear. As much as I'd love to keep that hand, it's just not playable. So put back Jaspera. I'll give it 2 or 3 shots. Obviously you don't like giving it just 1 or 2 goes. So they're still on the Hateful Eye. Hey Jaffer, no, I was Plat King 4 yesterday. Couldn't buy a win. I saw you were pretty close to Mythic already. This might be a game where we're just drawn out. I might try out Paragon. We'll try out the Kiora maybe. Yeah, yesterday. So before yesterday I was 17-4 with Niv. And yesterday I went 1-5. I just couldn't get a win if my life depended on it. Gonna go full control just to make it seem. Thanks for stopping by, Preston. Okay, well, only lands. This has actually been kind of humorous at this point. That was a good draw. Yeah, Den is pure gasoline. Okay, so they are on Eidolon. Do I want Angers? Maybe. Just play more control board. We'll try this out. Yeah, Gruul Dragons. Swap Star for Magda. I think we just need a flying threat on the top end. Like the early board, I think we have to be control in this matchup. It might be right though, because they're showing Thoughtseize still. This hand's very good. 2 threats. Damn it. They've certainly had a lot of timely discard, I'll say that. Okay, well, is that one good? Okay, so they might just not have a threat if it's Luris to hand. Okay, that was big. This rate, this game has been actually just hilarious from the fact that all we've drawn is lines. G-Span. Now we got some Inferno. You didn't want the Inferno. Inferno's gonna win it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Avenged. Avenged. I'm honestly, so elements that I like right now, I think I'm gonna get rid of these Prosperous Innkeepers. Dragon. What could we play? So we could do Leyline Tyrant. Not the best. Draconic Intervention we're not really concerned with. I don't want to go too high on the curve. Jaffer, for you, we play some old Gnawbone. I think what we're going to do is go Chandra. Chandra ramps us as well. Go Jund Dragons. We could splash for Corvold. I think we're gonna go a Domri. Where's Domri? Domri. Zopa-san, thank you for the follow. Let's try this out. Double black I don't want to splash that much mana for. Yeah, another Dragon's Horde could be interesting. Give us the card advantage we were missing. Do it like that. So like early ramp. try it out like this. We're messing around. See what works out. My concern with Corvold was not casting it. It was having a bunch of available stuff to sack. That was the only thing. Unlike like Gen Sacrifice, that you have a bunch of throwaway stuff. Sure. Let's draw Magda on turn 2. Turn 2 Magda. Mono block aggro. Okay. Turn 3. This actually kind of holds them back here. Turn 3 Goldspan. It's an interesting attack. Suggests to me that they have Fatal Push. Pretty low opportunity cost here. I want to cast my dragon next turn. Actually, I can't cast my dragon. I'm 1 off. So I can do this. And then cast this. Jaspara is not Llanowar. One, two, three, four, 5. I think we do this. Because I don't want him to do Spawn and Mayhem this turn. This kind of keeps them off that for the turn. We're more heavy on red. This also puts a counter here for the Horde. Okay, so they did have Heartless. Bit annoying there. We're flooding out a bit here. We'll draw a card this turn, see if we can get Glorybringer or something. Rankle's gonna be annoying. I think we're good blocking here. Magda's not going to do too much here. I guess it kind of blocks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just attack in here. 2, so 2/2. Nope, nope. This might be wrong, but I think we need to go to post. I messed that up. Messed that up. I always screw up this land when activating it. This forces them to spend their mana here. Oh, Greco, doing well. How about yourself? Thanks for stopping by. Probably get us to discard here. Glorybringer. One, two. Or sorry, one, two, three, four, five. I'm gonna keep back Llanowar. Okay, let's just go to sideboard. At this point, we're gonna have a hard time. Scavenging Ooze, Angers, Abrades. Clothis is actually pretty decent in this matchup. Tremon Magda. Chandra's probably fine. Can get rid of Inferno. Honestly, just cut these. Trim one here. Do we want Clothis? Clothis could eat at their graveyard, which is pretty good. Kind of like that. Thanks, Raffer. Have a good one. Try to catch you later on the stream. I still want the top end. They're gonna have like Doomblades and stuff. Be nice if we like ever drew our actual removal in these games. We played 24 lands, never saw a third, and then we put 25, one more land, and now all we've been drawing is lines. Bit awkward we can't just Spera on one, but we got a lot of removal as well as Anger of the Gods, so I think that's a keep. Let's do this. This might be just sacked to go find a dragon. If we start flooding. So it's a bit awkward right now, but if they have like Spawn of Mayhem, then I want to have some answers. But here they're likely just going to remove these. They've also not played out anything for a few turns. Sure. I guess I could have gone Bone Crusher to go aggressive, but I think I wanted to hold the removal. I'm going to crack this at end step. Get some action going. They could have removal here, but let's make them have it. Because now my hand's pretty loaded with burn. I was hoping more for Goldspan. So this is actually okay because I can use both of these as kind of burn removal. They have to kill my Jespera. Roddy T. I think we're doing this. I don't have Inferno right now. This gets rid of all the cards in their hand. They can do Faceless Haven. Can gain some life, but I need to try to draw into like another anger here, but we're short lands. I guess I should have gone to blocks first. That takes him off from being able to play out Mayhem. Okay, not the best, not the best. Let's get rid of Rankle in case they have Agadeems. Oh, I'm just dead on board. Alright, we'll wrap this one up.